Hey everyone, so in today's video we'll be taking a look at a 5-shelf storage unit from Amazon Basics. Now in my case I'll be using it to keep my plants that I have in the balcony. I have a covered balcony, so I'm not really worried about this thing getting wet, but there are a lot of use cases of this product. So if you want to buy the same thing, you can head down to the description section in this video and you'll find a link for the product. Okay, so let's see what we've got in the box. So these are the wheels. These are quite heavy duty, so I think they'll take a lot of weight. And then you've got the shelf. In this box there are 5. And the next thing, these are another set of wheels. So I'm just gonna keep this away for a while. And yeah, this is the frame on which the shelf will be mounted, so we'll come to this part later. Okay, and in this you've got the plastic clips that need to be attached to these rods, and then on these clips the frame will be the shelf will be mounted. So we'll come to this later as well. And yeah, basically that's pretty much it. So these are another set of rods, and then we've got the shelves. So let's quickly get to the assembly part. So in the packet that I showed earlier, so the one that has the clips, it's got the user manual which you can refer to if you get stuck while doing the installation. So it's got precise instructions on how to install it, and also a few details about the product itself. And the next thing that we have is a furniture tipping restraint. So in case if you have kids in your house, this is very essential. So basically this will prevent the shelf from falling down. So kids tend to stand up on shelves and go on top, so this will basically prevent that. Okay, so let's take a look at the different types of pipes that you've got which will act as the frame. So if you take a look at this one, the bottom connector is a bit different. Now I'm not sure if this is clearly visible in the video. Yeah, so this one has got a connector where you'll have to plug in the wheels, and so this will be the bottom side of the frame, and on the other side the hole is a bit larger, and it's got these threads where you will basically plug the other pipe. So this is how it will twist and get locked in. Okay, so I've attached the first pipe. It's become quite long. I'm not sure if it's gonna sit on this table. Yeah, so that's done. Now you've got 8 so there were a total of 8 pipes in there, so you'll have 4 legs. Now I'm gonna attach the rest 3 pairs. So I'll pause the video for now and we'll come back when it's done. Alright, so we're almost done. I'm just fixing the last pipe, and I wanted to demo this thing again. So you've got these screw-like attachment that you need to twist and tighten. Okay, so we are done with the frame part, and now we will attach these rulers to the bottom section of those pipes. And for this, in this packet itself, you get a spanner along with the wheels. So this is the spanner that's available. It's a small one, but I think it will do the job. And as I mentioned before, this is the section where you need to put the wheels in. Okay, so this is how far I've got it with my bare hands, and at the very last bit you need to tighten it maybe 1 or 2 times, and that's done. So we've got the one leg and actually the frame and its roller attached. So I'm gonna pause the video and attach the rest of the wheels. So I've installed 2 of the rollers, and with the other 2 you get this on off mechanism. So when it's in the off position, basically the rolling is stopped, and this is in case you want to keep it at a fixed place. So whenever you're moving it away, then you need to put it in the on position and the rollers will start moving freely. So let me install these as well. Okay, so I've installed all of the 4 wheels, and now comes the important part of attaching the actual shelves. So for that you would need to make use of these clips. And on this you have these markings for which indicates the top direction, and for the other one as well you've got that engraving done. So if you notice, the rod has these little what do we call it, crevices maybe, yeah, these little gaps. Now this is the place where these clips would fit in, and on top of this you would need to attach the shelf. So this direction is the bottom direction, and this would be pointing towards the top. So let's say we'll put the bottom shelf at the very bottom, and if you notice there was a clicking sound, so this thing is in place and it won't move now. And the same goes for the other clip. Yeah, so that's done and it's pretty much fixed. So now on this you would need to mount the shelf, but before doing that I'm going to attach all of the four clips at the bottom. So for the next one as well, the top will be pointing towards the top, and I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, so I'll be placing this in the same position that I've done for the earlier bar, and yeah, so that's tight and secure. And let me do it for the other 2 as well. Alright, so I've attached the clips on all of the 4 legs at the very same position, and now comes the tricky part. I won't say it's tricky, but for some people, as I was going through the reviews on Amazon, it was a bit tricky, but it's actually not. So if you look at the shelf, this is not how you would be mounting it, because one would think that it's got a border on this side and this is how you need to mount it, but actually it gets mounted like this, because the clip will get attached somewhere around here, so you need to push this in through the rod, and this thing is narrower than the bottom end, so the top portion is narrower and the bottom one is a little bit wider. So when it gets into the clip, it will stay fixed in that position. So let me show that to you in a moment. So this is how you would need to put the rod through the shelf, and we'll go all the way to the bottom. And finally, this is the section where we had the clip on, and let me just change the camera angle a bit. So yeah, finally it would get attached over here, and this is the same thing that you'll have to do for the other 4 ends. So yeah, let me just do that as well. Okay, so I had to move it elsewhere because there was not a lot of space on my table. So for the other ends as well, let's start inserting the frame or the pipe. And yeah, so this is where it would get fixed. Now I'll pause the video for a while. I hope you got the idea of how you can fit the poles. So I'll pause the video and then I'll do it for the other 2 legs. Alright, so I've attached the 4 rods to this shelf, and once that is done, you can basically lift it up, and now adding the rest of the shelves will be a little bit easy. So yeah, this is the base that you get, and basically you can attach the shelf at whichever height you want in these grooves that are there on the bars. Yeah, so I've attached the 4 clips at the same height, and now I will slide the other shelf from top. And then lock it in place. Yeah, so we are done attaching 2 shelves. Now I'm going to follow the same process for the other ones. So let me pause the video again and we'll come back when it's finally done. So we are done with the entire assembly of this shelf, and if you can see size wise, it's pretty huge, and it looks quite sturdy as well. Now let's take a look at the things that are left. So this is something that came in as an extra, so it's an extra clip just in case if you lose the clips. And additionally we have this, so if you don't want to install the moving wheels, then you can make use of these legs. So that was it, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, then you can post it in the comment section below. And yeah, thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel.